Hey everyone, it's Natalia, but you can call me Tali. We talk food, faith, fitness and life here on the channel, and welcome to the video. Today is the 1st of January. Happy New Year's everyone, and we are talking about 2025 goals, plans, and also Gymshark66, which they go together quite well. So basically, I wanted to hop on and talk to you a bit about what my goals are for this new year, and then talk through what Gymshark66 is and what that looks like. So the other day I had a vision board for the past year, and I basically just updated it, and I don't know if you can see. This is what it looks like now. Basically, it's just got like a whole bunch of inspiration pictures, as well as Bible verses, prayer points. I put a letter to myself, like all different things. And yeah, so that's what it looks like. A lot of it is fitness related, health related, travel, and yeah. So let's get straight into it. My fitness goals for this coming year is basically to just get stronger and leaner as a general goal. However, I have some more measurable and specific goals, stuff like pull-ups and more like being able to carry my weight around. I feel like I've never been able to do that. However, although I'm quite strong from going to the gym and stuff like that, I feel like I've never been able to do more like calisthenics things. So starting there would be really awesome. So, and that's literally the easiest thing to start doing, I think, is like body weight exercises. So being able to do a pull-up is a big one for me. Otherwise, this past year has been amazing. 2024 in terms of my fitness journey, you know, starting from running and then going into gymming. I am so proud of myself for the effort and consistency that I've put in, and I've definitely gotten out. Right now I'm so proud of my physique that I've built and the strength that I've seen like go up in like the weights that I'm doing in the gym. I'm just really proud of myself, and I'd love to keep that slowly rolling into this year. So that's kind of fitness wise. I don't really want to set myself any big goals. I'm not like about to commit to Hydrox or anything like that, but just consistency, because I've got a few other big things happening this year, and just consistency is my goal. So that's fitness. This year is kind of looking a little bit up in the air for me. So work-wise, study-wise, I am dropping to part-time for my bachelor course at university, which means that this semester I'll be doing 3 units, and then the second semester I'll be doing 2 units. I have been looking at doing exchange programs overseas, but that's kind of in the air at the moment. So we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, I'm kind of scared, because at this time right now, it's like the lowest motivation I've had for studying ever. So I'm really hoping that as the holidays kind of go on, I'll be able to start building up that like excitement for study again, because I actually really enjoy studying and learning and being able to apply what I've learned. So we'll see what happens there, but I just would love to get through this year and not be too stressed about my studies, because the past semester was a bit much. Work-wise, I love my work. I work a couple days a week during semester. I've been working a bit more during the holidays, and just to keep that up and kind of build the relationships that I have at my work more, and make sure that those relationships are deep as well. They're not just surface level work colleague relationships. I think any place is a ministry, so in the workplace would be really good as well. So that's study, work, fitness, family, church. I feel as though I need to drop down in some of my commitments in terms of church, but that's still being explored. I have some goals written down, and they're more like habits as well. So I really, really want to work on my habits, and this is kind of going into the Gymshark66 area. Things like making more time to speak with God and sitting in that time so He can respond, praying with others more, reading before bed, some really practical things like my nighttime routine and my morning routine, because during the holidays that gets pretty lax. So yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But another goal that has been on my heart a lot recently has been travel. Yes, and that's kind of what I mentioned with the exchange. I've been really, really like something in me. There's like a desire to travel and to go out to Europe or Japan or Canada, and I've got the itch. So as I mentioned before, I have been looking at doing some exchange, and it could be possible, but I'm just not sure if it's the right move at the moment. I could just wait and see if it's more holiday vibes. But I do have a Dutch passport because my dad was born in Holland. So I have been blessed with that privilege of being able to live and work in Europe if I'd like to. So that's been on my mind a lot, as well as my sister's going to Japan this month, and just, yeah, I really want to travel. So I'm really just bringing that to God to, show me where, when, how, all of that. But yeah, that's a big goal for this year. Potentially at the end of the year or in the middle of the year. But yes, that's exciting as well. Perhaps the biggest area of goals that I will always come back to is my faith walk and my spiritual goals. That being to every year draw closer to God and build better relationship with Him. Yeah, this can look like different habits as well, but I think the main thing for me is worship. So I love music and I love singing. So worship is really good, as well as I feel super connected to God when I evangelize and when I talk with people about my faith. So I would really love to start doing that again, because for some reason I've been in a bit of a time where I've been looking more so inward than outward. So I'd like to start changing that back again, I think. But that's probably much easier said than done. But it's good to be thinking about as well. I also just really want to be someone who is such a joy to be around and like really builds people up and makes people feel good about themselves. Super encouraging and supportive. And I just really want to put in the work to be that person and to have that flow out of me. So yeah, also a good thing to work towards. Well, that brings us to Gymshark66, which some of you may have heard of it before, but it's basically a challenge that Gymshark does. And the premise, I believe, is that it takes 66 days to build a habit. And that's kind of why it's Gymshark66. But basically, it's a challenge for kind of self-improvement and, discipline and kind of building a better routine. However, they are also using it at the moment to find 2 Gymshark athletes, which would literally be like the dream job. Absolutely. Like, are you kidding? But I don't know if that's realistic for me, so I'm just going to be doing it for fun anyways. But basically I did a video on my Instagram already. So Tali's Balance I've mentioned in my past videos. I will be posting mostly on Instagram in relation to this challenge, but also Instagram, TikTok and YouTube. But basically for the next 8 to 9 weeks, I believe, every week I'm going to be focusing on kind of different topics for that week, doing habits for that week focused on that topic, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to do like weekly recaps. So for example, I think for the first week I'm doing rest and recovery. So I'm going to be looking more into habits that I can do to target those things. And then we'll do a little recap and I'll give you my thoughts. But yeah, the challenge is basically to be able to maintain habits and in that way better yourself and become the person that you want to become. Because I think this is awesome because I am a firm believer in building good habits, and that becomes standard practice, and then that becomes your routine, and then that's literally your life. So if you can start small and just be consistent with those things, it can make a huge difference. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I don't really know what that looks like because on Friday, so in 2 days' time, I'm flying to Tasmania, as I have mentioned previously. So I don't really know how that's going to like fit into it, but I'm really hoping I can still put out a bit of content while I'm traveling. So I think this Gymshark challenge is a really good thing to set me off on a good trajectory this year, kind of focus and lock in a sense. And yeah, I would so encourage you to do it as well, even if you don't care. It's so good to be able to keep yourself accountable with these things. And they have the Gymshark training app, which you can log your habits. It's a whole thing. So look into it. And you already know me. I love Gymshark. That is like almost the only activewear that I wear because it is so good. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but it is just so flattering, so comfortable, and just looks so good. Anyways, I love what their brand stands for. It's so empowering and like I love how it builds people up and brings people together. So I'm super keen to just kind of go along for the ride. And I've got another friend that's also Scott is also doing the challenge. And I'm so excited for him because he looks like a real contender. And you guys should also support him if you're supporting me. And his Instagram is Progress with Scott, I believe. And yeah, he's pumping out some really good videos. So please do follow along. I really encourage you to also build a board and kind of visualize what you like your 2025 to look like. And even if it, like, I know goal setting is not the most enjoyable thing sometimes, but just think of one thing that you'd like to change. Sometimes that is literally all it takes, because as the quote goes, what you don't change, you choose. So if you don't like your life right now, odds are you can probably change something small and start with that and slowly start changing that and not choosing it. I'm really, really proud of myself for this year and all the things I did. I traveled this year. I did solo travel. I went on dates with people. I met a whole heap of new people. I found the things that I love to do, and I've been consistent with my training, and like that is, looking back on that, I'm so proud of myself, and I just love for this year, at the end of this year, to be able to say the same thing. I'd love for you guys to be able to do that too. So that is why I'm encouraging you to do some goal setting, do some vision boarding. As you know, you don't need to do all this because this is just extra. I'm just so extra. But I so encourage you to do it, and I'd love to see you guys hitting your goals as well. But yeah, that's all from me, I think. Please support me on Instagram for the challenge, and I hope you have the best start to your new year. So much love from Tali. Okay, bye.